Often I like to create different contact folders for different groups. You can see looking at my navigation pane, for example, I have a contacts folder for the American Muscle Car Club, a contact folder for the Bay Rodders, and a separate contacts folder for family and friends. You can create as many contact folders as you like to separate people into different folders. There are a variety of ways to create a new folder. One way, for example, is to right-click the contacts folder and create a new folder. Another way would be to go to the Folders tab in the ribbon, and from here you can choose New Folder. When I choose New Folder, I would recommend that you start the name of the new folder with the word Contacts and then a hyphen or a dash. The reason being, Outlook will sort your folders by name, and so what it does is it sorts them alphabetically, and so sometimes it can be very hard to find your Contacts folder if it's sorted and interdispersed with all these other folders. By starting all contact folders with the word Contacts, it nests them all together and makes it easy to find the Contacts folder. For example, I might decide to create a new Contacts folder, which is going to be a new club, so I'll give the folder the name Club. It will contain contact items, so that's very important, and now I need to decide where I want to place the folder. If I choose Contacts, then this folder called Contacts Club will become a subfolder of Contacts, and I don't want it to be under Contacts. I actually want to click the top folder so that this folder is under the top folder and puts it on the same level as these other contact folders. So with this option chosen, I'm going to click OK. And in a short span of time, I'll start to see a new folder called Contacts Club, and here it is here. When I click on that folder, there's nobody in that particular folder, but I could double click and start to add new contacts manually. But if those contacts already exist in other folders, I may wish to just move them into this contacts folder. For example, if I click the contacts folder and I decide I want to move Charlie, I can click on Charlie, I can go to the Home tab in the ribbon, and from the Actions group I can choose to move to my new Contacts Club folder. And I'll click this option. And Charlie's moved out of the Contacts folder and has gone into my Contacts Club folder. If I want Charlie to exist in both folders, then I'll actually click the Move button again and I'll copy to folder. If I copy to folder, I can choose to copy Charlie back to the Contacts folder. And OK. Now Charlie's in the Club folder and in the Contacts folder, and there he is there. I can also perhaps click on a person and drag them. If I drag myself to the Club folder, I have removed out of the Contacts folder and now I'm in the Club folder. If I need to be in both folders, I'll Control Drag instead of dragging. Control Drag is to drag a copy. I'm still in the Club folder, but I'm also in the Contacts folder now, Kathy Barker. So you can either move a person by clicking on the Move button, or you can copy a person so they exist in more than one folder. As far as managing your folders go, use the Folder tab in the ribbon. You'll be able to click on a folder, you'll be able to copy that folder, create a new folder, and so on and so forth. If I click on a folder, I can even delete a folder, rename a folder, or move it elsewhere. To manage your folders using these options, under the Folders tab in the ribbon, or simply by right-clicking, you can also create new folders, rename folders, and delete folders.